This is Lady B, and today I am bringing you a recipe from July for the Calendar Book of Natural Beauty. Now, this is a book all about bringing out your natural beauty through the use of diet, recipes, cooking, and self-care. And this particular recipe is a skincare recipe called Cucumber Freshener, and it is found on page 150 to 151. And it talks in here about how in the summer, as it gets hotter, we tend to get more oil on our face. And this is one of the things you can do when that happens. So, going to give it a try. And we'll see how it works. I have been outside today, so we'll see what happens. So, I just said so like 4 times, but we have a cucumber. And the recipe is very, 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 very simple. We take this cucumber, it calls for half a cucumber. This is an English cucumber. I suspect it probably usually means the standard cucumber you see in the grocery stores, but this is what we buy in my house. So this is what we're using. And it should still work, so I'm going to chop it up into this blender. And it's now, half cucumber isn't it's not a measurement that you can go, oh, it's exactly that. But when we've finished blending this, if we've done the right amount, we should end up with about half a cup of liquid. So I'm going to start with that and hold on to this bit on the end. Now, pardon the noise. This is going to be loud. Come on, there we go. That looks really good. Let's see what I have. Now, I failed to mention that you are supposed to, and I did, you do wash the cucumber and clean it. And if there's any wax on it, it says to peel it and just use the inside. The advantage of the English cucumbers that we use in my house is that they do not wax them. They put them, you buy them with them in like a saran wrap covering. And that's to keep them, to protect the surface. There we go. Should have remembered a spatula, but I didn't, because I was going to use this. It's not a spatula, but it will work for this. All right, so I have here a measuring cup so I can see how much I end up with, and a strainer. Now, the recipe in the book actually suggests squeezing it out in a muslin bag, in cheesecloth. It suggests squeezing it out in cheesecloth. I just thought of that because I actually have a muslin bag, and if I'd been thinking, I would have grabbed it. But I wasn't. So I'm going to use this strainer to press it out. You know what? The strainer's not working very well. I'm going to go get my muslin bag. I will be right back. I'm back. And I went and got my little muslin bag. Now what this is these spice bags you can buy. They come in this particular brand comes in a pack of 4, and it's used for bouquet garni, tea, and potpourri sachets. And I use it for, well, all of that actually. But in this case, since I don't know what happened to my cheesecloth, I am going to use it for this. So let's scoop this into the bag. And if you don't have, these are easy to make. You don't have to buy these. If you want to have a little bag like this, the cheesecloth is the easiest. You just buy the food safe cheesecloth, probably use about a triple thickness to squeeze it out. But if you want to have these on hand and you happen to have some muslin in the house, these are simple to make. It's just 2 squares with the top sewn and folded over so that you can put a drawstring through it for when you're using it in things like soups and things, so that your herbs stay inside, or if you're putting potpourri in it so it stays in the bag. And today we're using it to squeeze a cucumber. All right, that is all of it. Ooh. All right, so I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna squeeze out the liquid. Oh, and I have a ½ cup. So it looks like I guessed about right. I used between probably about 5 inches of cucumber. So the difference between these English cucumbers and the, I'm not sure what the actual name is, but the standard cucumbers that you see everywhere in the grocery stores is, I should probably actually stop squeezing. I have more than ½ cup now. But the difference is that the standard cucumbers actually have more water in them, where these have less, which is why I was a little concerned about how much I would need. I would say if you're doing a standard cucumber, maybe start with 4 inches, because I actually have too much here. I'm going to have to pour a little off. I'll just pour that back in here. I should have just stopped squeezing when I hit a ½ cup, but overachiever, that's me. Almost. There we go, 1/2 cup. All right, so we have a ½ cup, isn't that a beautiful green color, of cucumber. Now to this ½ cup, we're going to add, no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. 1 teaspoon of Witch Hazel. That's what this is. Now, you can buy these, just about any supermarket has them these days. You'll frequently find it over in the same area where they keep things like Epsom salts, things like that. And this one hasn't been used yet, so I'm having to open it. And it's an astringent. A lot of people will use it on their faces to help tighten the pores. But we are adding this to cucumber juice. 1 teaspoon of witch hazel. There we go. Where did my tape? Oh, I left it in there. All right, and that's it. Now, what they say to do with this is you keep it refrigerated, and then when you have those oily patches on your skin, rather than washing your face off and drying the skin out and creating other issues, they say take cotton balls and you dip the cotton ball in the liquid, and then you just pat it on your skin where it's oily, for a second. And yes, I get oil in that classic T area. And you just pat it on and then wipe. And it should just take the oil right off without drying out your skin. Like that. There we go. And yeah, that that feels really good actually. Oh, that feels really good. I'm going to keep this in the fridge and use it. My skin was fairly clean, not much is coming off. But that has definitely taken the oil off. Oh, so refreshing. So I have here a container I'm going to pour this into to store it and use it whenever I go outside and my skin gets really oily and I just want to take the oil off. So there you go, cucumber freshener from the Calendar Book of Natural Beauty for July, or anytime it gets hot wherever you live. See you next time. This is Lady B signing off.